The council has lit the sacred flames for our arrival, Letarian commented in semi-wonder and surprise. The flaps of the hut opened, and Berdarian stood, holding their entrance up for the group. One by one, they sat before the sacred flame burning within the giant iron cauldron in the center of the room. The other council members sat across from the group while Letarian moved towards the opposite end of the hut. The silence was deafening, and the pressure seemed thick. At last, Berdarian spoke.
Young Philip, you have brought the leaders of 3 warring nations together with you. What do you wish to accomplish this evening?
Every eye was focused on Philip, who began to sweat heavily both from heat and nervousness. He took a deep breath and answered.
I don't quite know what to do or how to fix the situation. I was told by Cleric, the Dragon Elder, that I was written into a prophecy for uniting Mysidia. I've never conducted a meeting of this magnitude before.
Your honesty is impressive, human. Many years your kind was known for being deceitful and untrustworthy, Berdarian added.
Letarian punched the ground with aggravation and jumped up. We're listening to a young one who has never led or fought in a major campaign, and you want to compliment him for being unsure of himself? What foolishness is this, old one? Berdarian threw his cane against the wall, causing it to create a thunderous cracking sound. Caravax and Kepharon jolted from the impact.
Enough! You were no different when your father was slain in the conflict with the mage and his family not too long ago. What makes you think that you're any better than he?
Letarian sat back down and stared across the flames at the 3 men. Even as I decide to join an alliance with Philip, I still will not be on the same side as those lonely bird freaks. They are nothing but barbarians and petty. Caravax jumped up and pointed his finger to Letarian while he screamed,
Barbarians? Petty? How dare you say that when it was one of your generals who murdered my wife and children? You don't have the right to call my people barbaric. You're no better than the maggots that feast on the dead.
Berdarian sat silently for a moment and turned swiftly to Letarian.
Is this true? Did your general butcher his family?
Letarian began to shake visibly and lowered his head.
Leader of the Hawk people, I am the council elder. Although Letarian leads our people, we as a council delegate the judgment. His general had broken one of the cardinal rules of combat for our people, and he shall be punished. Letarian, summon your family to the hut at once. There was a look of absolute fear within Letarian's eyes as he walked out of the tent. Meanwhile, Berdarian watched Caravax with a grim expression. In our rules of war, we forbid the murder of those who do not fight us, especially the offspring or elders. In doing so, the fate of the captor lies within their prisoner. Letarian returned with his family. In his arms were the cries of a newborn as Letarian's wife tended to the blankets. Berdarian gestured that they all approach the center of the chamber. The council elder once again forced his body to rise as he prepared to pass judgment. Lord Letarian, your anger had gotten the best of you once again. In doing so, you have gone against the articles of war taught to you by your father. By ordering the deaths of Caravax's family, you have also done the same for yours. Berdarian unsheathed the battle axe from Letarian's shoulder and passed the blade to Caravax. To atone for the loss of your family, you have the right to wipe the bloodline of Letarian out of existence. Take the axe and finish it. Caravax grabbed the mighty weapon. It took both his hands to grip it steadily. He stood in front of Letarian's wife with axe raised. His gaze alternated between her and the child. Beside him, Letarian let out a quiet groan of sorrow. Caravax dropped the axe before the family and turned to Berdarian.
Elder, I know that this way has worked for your kind in the past. I cannot do that. It would make my grief worse if I let my vengeance out on this woman and child. Letarian felt his jaw open and his heart skipped a beat. Moving quietly, he wrapped his arm around his wife protectively. The ways of your people are strange to us, Caravax. If you cannot atone for your loss with blood, then the other solution is atonement by life. Letarian,
Your family has been spared by Caravax. It is therefore decided that you shall remain in his services and offer your aid in the formation of this alliance. Know this. Though Caravax was generous on sparing your family, you still had violated our laws. Should you refuse, I will erase your bloodline myself.